It's the first word presented by Dr. Pepper here from the Star in Frisco following a 41-16 loss as the Dallas Cowboys fall to the Washington football team here on this Thanksgiving Day. A battle for first place in the NFC East that, safe to say, did not go in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. 21 unanswered points from Washington in the fourth quarter, and really what was a poor showing from the Cowboys in the final frame moving into the end of the football game. And we're going to talk about it right here for the first couple minutes here of post-game coverage. Kyle Yeoman's alongside a trio of former Cowboys. We've got Barry Church, Nate Newton, and Isaiah Stanback. And Isaiah, I'm going to start with you on that far edge because I know you were pretty hot about this fourth quarter and the showing from the Dallas Cowboys. It wasn't what the Dallas sideline really wanted to see after you really had some energy throughout the first three frames.
Yeah, no, I mean, the first half, we had some action. Obviously, we had two big injuries that really were big-time blows to our ability to be able to execute on this side of the ball. And then we come out in the second half, specifically in this fourth quarter, and number one, we made a terrible coaching decision, absolutely, completely terrible coaching decision to go for it on fourth down, backed up in your near your own end zone, and obviously that play didn't go as planned. And then we follow it up by a I don't know if it's miscommunication or a lack of execution. I call it a brain fart by the right tackle, and where he left Montez Sweat to go get a secondary guy. It's not his responsibility. It ended up being a catastrophe, obviously, for us. Just a total second half meltdown. This is a recap of what we saw last time we played them.
Yeah, this was a tough one to swallow right here because I feel like for at least the first half and even the first three quarters, we played a hard-fought game. It was 20-16 at the end of the third. And then that fourth quarter happened. 21 unanswered points. You just can't have that and you expect to win the game. This is another one where, we can't say it was a lack of effort because the effort was there, but penalties killed us on that second drive for Washington. We had them stopped on 2 third downs and on 2 back-to-back third downs. A penalty kept the drive alive. They were able to score and then they just didn't let up from there. But it was a tough day overall for the Cowboys.
You lose your first, you lose your tackles. That's first and foremost. Then your coaches have had plays where, reverses that shouldn't have been called, punts, fake punts that shouldn't have been called. It's a lot to be dissected, man. But when you go into the fourth quarter, you're still within reach to have your tackle miscommunicate there and cost your quarterback an interception. You have a 37-yard run straight up the middle of your defense where you've played well. It's a lot to be accounted for. It was a total team loss. Sometimes you say a total team win. Everybody had their hand in this loss right here. It was just sad to see, man, 24 points or 21 points in the fourth quarter. You cannot have that. The division was yours to take. You were at home. And you let it slip out of your hands.
It really was all three phases. You look on the offensive side of the football, you struggled to score in the red zone. You couldn't finish drives. You look at on the defensive side, you get gashed by the run game from Washington again. Antonio Gibson finishes with 3 different touchdowns, and then special teams and play calling. Those are all things that you can really point a finger at here in this 41-16 loss. But Isaiah, where do you point the finger first? Where do you put the blame for this loss for the Cowboys?
On everybody. I'm not going at one specific person. Obviously, if you're going to start with anybody, you need to start with the coaches. And they're, they called a bad game in the second half. I think that the game was competitive early on, but ultimately it comes down to the coaches and their ability not only to call a good game, but also to keep their guys engaged. It's not their responsibility to go out there and execute plays, but it's their job to put them in position to make plays.
Yeah, you said it right. This one was the decisions out there that were being called by the coaches, I've never seen anything like this before. You're on your own 24-yard line and you decide to run a fake punt, and not a fake punt where you can get it out quick. It's something that's slow developing. This is a double reverse, and the guy gets the ball 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You go from 4th and 10 to a 4th and 25. And then I understand it's supposed to be a pass, but it's baffling to me, and it's something that lost them the game today.
You cannot have your defense get an interception, get down there on the 5 or 7 yard line, and all of a sudden you not run positive plays. You cannot do that. And we did that, and it cost us.
It certainly did cost the Cowboys, and they fall to 3-8 on the season and now in last place in the NFC East, at least through Week 12 going into Week 13. Another short week. You got to go next Thursday. More coverage, though, coming on the way here from DallasCowboys.com. But for now, that'll do it for the first word.